Before I played Star Wars Outlaws, I was a bit skeptical. But then I played the 3-hour gameplay preview and I was intrigued to dive deeper. Now, after experiencing the full game, I can't get enough. This is our spoiler-free review of Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws, as you can tell by the title, is set in the expansive and popular world of Star Wars. Developed by Massive Entertainment and published by Ubisoft, this action-adventure game falls between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. Basically part of the original trilogy that came out in the 80s. The story's protagonist is Kay Vess and her sidekick Nix, who, in my opinion, really steals the spotlight. You start out as a young, inexperienced scoundrel who quickly gets into a spot of bother with a crime syndicate called Zerek Besh. From there, you must find a like-minded crew to pull off one last heist and earn an obscene amount of credits to get yourself out of trouble. The story revolves around Kay's reputation with various syndicates. As you complete missions for one, your reputations with others may suffer, adding an interesting layer of strategy. A good relationship with a syndicate opens up new areas, side missions, and contracts, and making Kay's movements around planets easier, depending on which syndicate is running the show. And of course, you'll always have to navigate around the ever-present Imperials. But who doesn't love taking down some stormtroopers? While your reputation doesn't directly affect the main storyline, it enriches your overall gameplay experience, providing more opportunities and keeping things interesting. Kay herself is witty, mouthy, determined, and never one to shy away from a score. Though she evolves over time, there's not as much depth in her character as I had hoped. The focus stays more on the syndicates and the rich Star Wars lore. Now, if you've ever wanted to play a game where Han Solo is the main character, this is about as close as you're gonna get, complete with wit, humor, and a furry companion by your side. Along with that, one thing that kept me hooked was the twists at every corner. From expected double crosses to surprising outcomes, each mission builds into something bigger, resulting in spectacular and unexpected conclusions. As a thief, Kay comes equipped with basic but useful abilities. Lockpicking helps you access doors, vents, and treasure boxes using both visual and audio cues. Then there's slicing, which allows you to hack computers to disable cameras, turrets, retrieve data, or unlock previously inaccessible areas. Unlike many Star Wars games where lightsabers and the Force take center stage, Star Wars Outlaws focuses on the blaster. It's your primary weapon, but you can also pick up different blaster types from fallen enemies for short-term use. These range from sniper rifles, assault rifles, to grenade launchers, offering a refreshing change to the usual Star Wars combat formula, and it makes you feel really powerful for a short amount of time. Gunplay feels fluid and enjoyable, with 3 modules for your blaster: Plasma, Ion, and Power. Each module has subcategories, allowing you to tailor your weapon to your playstyle. You can also enhance your gun with upgrades by collecting spare parts scattered across the galaxy, some of which are Syndicate specific. And don't forget to keep an eye on your gear in your loadout section. Clothing and charms found along your journey can also enhance your overall gameplay experience. Stealth plays a significant role in Star Wars Outlaws, and you'll find yourself relying on your surroundings, Nix's abilities, and Kay's takedowns to navigate enemy bases undetected. Triggering an alarm can set you back, so careful planning is key. Initially, I was concerned stealth might become repetitive, but Massive Entertainment manages to keep it fun and fresh, consistently introducing new challenges and dynamics to ensure that sneaking through enemy territory never feels stale. Kay's loyal sidekick Nix is a standout in this game. He can distract enemies, steal items, attack, and even assist in reaching areas that Kay can't. Later in the game, you'll find street food vendors on different planets who will grant Nix additional abilities, though this involves a cute but strange series of quick-time events. To add even more variety, experts scattered around the galaxy will grant Kay and Nix new abilities, like enhanced slicing, improved gunplay, or better stealth, after completing specific challenges. Some of these challenges can be completed as you progress, while others require you to gather intel or find specific parts. It's a nice way to reward you for exploring the galaxy. The speeder, which you unlock early in the game, is a handy way to zip around the planets, helping you reach your destinations faster, tackle higher terrain, and navigate some pretty windy areas. However, controlling the speeder can feel a bit clunky at times. Even the smallest rock can send you tumbling, which can be frustrating, especially after you've invested in upgrades. Another oddity is that you can't shoot enemies whilst riding the speeder unless you trigger your adrenaline rush ability, which feels like a bit of a missed opportunity for some on-the-go action. Space combat in Star Wars Outlaws has its moments, but it can feel a bit disorienting at times, especially when trying to manage the camera while tracking enemy ships. You pilot the Trailblazer, your trusty starship, which you can upgrade with better weaponry, engines, and defenses. Combat-wise, you've got lasers, missiles, and turrets at your disposal. Much like Kay's blaster, these come with different subcategories that allow you to mix and match depending on your preferred playstyle. The experience can feel a bit janky before you've upgraded your ship. Navigating the standard controls during dogfights, particularly against other jets, can be tricky. While it's a solid part of the game overall, space combat is fine, but not exactly groundbreaking. We found that it felt better on PC than console. The graphics in Star Wars Outlaws are, for the most part, great. The game captures the overall Star Wars theme beautifully, with visually satisfying planets and subtle nods to the lore that fans will appreciate. Each location feels like it belongs in the expansive universe, from the gritty Syndicate bases to the sprawling landscapes of distant worlds. The attention to detail is impressive, making it feel like you're truly stepping into the galaxy far, far away. That said, the game's visual performance can feel a bit inconsistent at times, depending on your settings, whether you're favoring quality, performance, or a mix with 40 FPS. The experience can feel more processed than natural. Occasionally, enemies and textures appeared out of focus, which took away from the immersion. However, this is something that could likely be smoothed out with the day one patch. On the sound front, Star Wars Outlaws absolutely nails it. The music is classic Star Wars. Exciting, dramatic, and perfectly timed to fill you with anticipation as soon as you hit the title screen. Whether you're on the run or sneaking through a Syndicate's base, the soundtrack heightens the tension and adds to the drama of every situation. The sound effects are spot on too. Blasters, speeders, spaceships, all those iconic sounds we know and love are there, adding authenticity to the experience. And the voice acting. For the most part, it's top notch, bringing the characters to life in a way that feels true to the Star Wars universe. Star Wars Outlaws is an exciting addition to the franchise, delivering a satisfying mix of action, adventure, and Star Wars charm, despite a few rough edges. Kay Vess and her trusty sidekick Nix shine as the leads in a story full of unexpected twists and turns, while the game captures the galaxy's iconic look and feel beautifully. The gameplay is solid, though a bit uneven, with clunky speeder controls and disorienting space combat holding it back from true greatness. Star Wars Outlaws is a must-play for both fans and newcomers, with enough thrills and depth to make it a worthy entry in the series. Our final score is an 8.5 out of 10. 91% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed, so do us a favor and hit that subscribe button now, so you can check out all our future awesome gaming content. This is Joe Mango from Daily Gamer, and I'll see you next time.